Benedicto Kagimu Mugumba Kiwanuka, pre-independent Prime Minister of Uganda. Benedicto Kiwanuka was the first Prime Minister of Uganda in office, 1st of March 1962 to 30 April 1962 as leader of the Democratic Party and one of the persons that led the country in the transition between colonial British rule and Uganda independence. The legend Kiwanuka was born in 𝗕𝗲𝗺 to Kaketo Namugera. He was called to the bar by the Grace Inn in February 1956 as a result of 1961 Uganda Constitutional Conference that was held in London. Uganda achieved internal self-government on the 1st of March 1961, and he became the Uganda's first Prime Minister in the new National Assembly. A new election was held again in April 1962. Kiwanuka Party lost to the alliance of Milton Obote's Uganda People's Congress and Buganda Traditional Party, 𝗕𝗏𝗺𝗃. The party lost because he was a Catholic. He became unpopular with his fellow Baganda, who were mainly Protestant. People. When we achieved independence in 1962, Obote became as the first Prime Minister of a fully independent Uganda. Kiwanuka was then imprisoned in 1969 by the government of Dr. Apollo Milton Obote. He was one of the 55 political detainees released by Idi Amin 𝗏𝙗𝙗 immediately after he came to power in 1971. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss your daily source of information on Uganda. Let me be clear, and let's get started. After the military coup of 1971, Kiwanuka and the other people who were arrested released from prison, and he was then appointed as Chief Justice of Uganda on the 27th of June 1971. It didn't take long. Benedicto Kiwanuka came into conflict with Idi Amin 𝗏𝗏𝗏 for his disregard for the rule of law. Kiwanuka is a man who respects the law. He's a man of the people. And Amin didn't like that. After the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's invasion of Uganda in 1972, Kiwanuka was then arrested by men claimed to be Amin's dark forces, as he was presiding over a session of the High Court. The son of Idi Amin lately claims a surprise claim by saying that his father did not kill Benedicto Kiwanuka. It was someone else who did it. He was holding a number plate of the car that was used to kidnap Kiwanuka. And the same car, according to him, was seen driving around in 𝗲𝗏𝗺 after the kidnap of the Chief Justice. If Idi Amin did not kill Benedicto Kiwanuka, then the question is, who did kidnap Kiwanuka? Since Uganda got our independence, we had been going through a lot of assassinations. It started with top military officers from the north. There had been murders. They had been assassinated. Until today, we don't know exactly what really did happen. You can begin to ask yourself, is this a political act? Or there was a dark force operating in Uganda after independence? We need to know the truth about those killings. We had been hearing that, yes, investigation had been taking place, but no government in power up to today came out with the truth or released those reports about the assassination of top military officers, about the kidnapping of Benedicto Kiwanuka. And the question still remains unsolved to many people. And what is so annoying is that the family of those who are killed, assassinated, kidnapped, didn't have time for closure. Their loved ones are gone. but they are still in a dark cloud. They don't know exactly who did kill the people they love. And this is what we, as Ugandans, are going through. Benedicto Kiwanuka received his early education at a mission school. He was the son of a wealthy Roman Catholic Buganda chief. He attended university, Pius University College in Lesotho land, now known as Lesotho, from 1950 to 1952, before proceeding to London and attended University College, London, in 1952 to 1956. During the Second World War, he served in the African Pioneers Corps with duty in Kenya, Egypt, Palestine. When he completed his military career with the King African Rifle, he left when he was a sergeant major. He returned to Uganda and then joined the judicial department as a clerk and interpreter. When he was admitted to the bar at Gray's Inn, he began to practice law privately from 1956 to 1959. At this time, Uganda was moving to gain independence, but it had problems due to the complicated administrative structure with the highly organized kingdom structure. And the most economically advanced section of the country, many of the leaders were little disposed to diminish their state special position by submerging it in a greater union. Among the various political organizations formed at that time was the Democratic Party. Due to pressure from Roman Catholic groups who thought that members of their religion did not have sufficient representation in relationship to their numbers in the Uganda political arena. As I said before, the main problem today and yesterday to our people is religion. Religion has divided us more than the tribal divide. And those religion organizations they kept their power upon us for a very, very long time. In every part of our social life. And if you look back today again, you will find that the same religious group are becoming more powerful in Uganda than what we have known before. We have never been free to make our own fair political decision. It happened yesterday and it's happening today. As you know, we may not like it, but the truth always circles back to where it all started. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against any religious organization. But when we talk about the separation of religion from tribe, separation of religion from politics, that is exactly what it should have been. But today, religion itself has become a tribe, has become a political organization. It has become a military organization. They are everywhere, holding their powers upon us. We don't have that possibility of moving freely because even before we had independence, they came with one intention: to brainwash and brainwash until we can no longer be ourselves. And that is what we are today. Benedicto Kiwanuka is one of the early leaders in the independence movement of Uganda. And we know he led the country in the transition stage between colonial British rule and independence. We have to honor them for being one of the people who laid down the foundation for developing Uganda. We have to let the younger generation know and understand that what we call Uganda today, there are people who fought for it. There are people who laid down the foundation for building what we call Uganda today. Don't let anybody deceive you that if I come tomorrow and I become the president of Uganda, then people should be jumping around me for laying a foundation of building a better Uganda. No. The people who laid the foundation for building a better Uganda are the people who fought the colonial masters. You cannot have more than 5 liberators in the same house. The first liberation of a country from the colonial masters is the most important starting point. Other revolution that comes later is just a lipstick revolution. Greed for power. People who don't agree with one another. You see, if I say that religion has divided us, worse than tribal, they are everywhere, because you go to a tribe, you'll find that religion is there. You go to religion, you'll find that tribes are there. That is what we are going through. And if we don't watch our step, that religion thing is going to bring us down. We have witnessed a lot of assassination of prominent Ugandans since independence. But up to today, as I said before, the children of those assassinated, poisoned, killed, are still waiting for answer to their tears. They are still being kept in darkness. While a lot of investigation had taken place, and no government that ever came to power in Uganda want to release those documents, want to tell us the truth. They are not interested in solving the mystery of assassination, kidnap, killing of our parents. And whoever don't like what they are doing, as I said before, if all these leaders, Obote is claiming he didn't kill those people, Amin is claiming he didn't kill those people, then who did? Why are they afraid to release those documents? The investigation that took place. They should have been transparent and release report of all the investigation of those who are assassinated. As I said before, I believe if those men didn't kill these people, then there is a dark force that had been operating in Uganda since we got independence. We all know that Benedicto Kiwanuka, he was a very strong man. He fought his battles. He fought his political battles with the Wangoo establishment. Whose religious bigotry could not allow a Catholic politician aspiring for leadership. As I said before, our political problems of yesterday and that of today is religion. It is time we go back to the drawing telephone, to the drawing table, and try to reset our mindset and the role of religion within our society. Thank you for listening. And remember, I will be back. These leaders will be honored. And Wangoo will make sure that those leaders are gone and the memories are going to last forever.